Okay, guys, today we are going to talk about our president, the people's president, as I call him. Oh my God, I love Traore. I adore him. He's such a, for me, it feels like he's my son. Today we're going to talk about him refusing the Nobel Prize. I feel like that's the best thing he could have done because I feel like who is these people apparently awarding this Nobel Prize? Because you are responsible for putting us in the condition that we are, and now apparently you come back to us and you want to award us with something like who are these people awarding Traore the Nobel Prize of like he's this and this and this? He's not doing it for you guys. He's doing it for his people. He is tired of you guys exploiting Africa. Traore is not doing it for Burkina Faso or for Mali or for Niger. No, he's doing it for the whole continent. Because I feel like what Traore is going through, or what, like, for example, they killed Thomas Sankara, now God raised Traore up. But what I'm trying to say is, when they kill a leader like that, every single person around them get terrified because you know that you're going to be killed if you do the same thing. So what Traore did was really taking that stand to say, you know what, they're going to have to kill me, but I am not going to stand for this nonsense, right? So now you come and apparently you award him a what? A Nobel Prize? And you think he should accept it? Please listen to that. Oh my God, I love this boy. For me, he's like my boy. I pray for him every day. Just listen to this quickly, guys.
End of July 2024, the world was stunned when Burkina Faso's president, Ibrahim Traore, was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize and defiantly refused it. Standing before a crowd in Bamako, he delivered a thunderous statement, "I don't need their awards to know I'm fighting for justice. I will never accept a title from those who fuel war, exploit the weak, and call it peace." His words shook the foundations of the Western establishment. In one bold act, Traore exposed what many had long suspected, that the Nobel Peace Prize had become a political tool of the powerful, not a reward for truth, but a leash for the rebellious. "I do not need a hypocritical award to legitimize manipulated justice. I reject with contempt any title handed out by those who built an unjust order, drained the lifeblood of weaker nations, and dared to call it peace." This unexpected refusal sent ripples across continents, challenging the very meaning of global honor and recognition. His refusal questioned the fairness of such awards, seen as tools of powerful nations to maintain inequality, sparking global debate. Not long after, a former Nobel laureate himself, Barack Obama, took a step that sent shockwaves through the international community. At a private meeting in Boston, Obama expressed profound regret over accepting the Nobel Peace Prize in 2009. He confessed, "When I received the Nobel Peace Prize, I thought it was the greatest honor of my life. But now, seeing Traore's courageous refusal, I've come to realize a bitter truth. I was used as a tool to mask the failures and injustices of global policy." In a historic and unprecedented move, Obama announced his decision to return the Nobel medal not merely as protest, but as a commitment to justice and truth. From Ouagadougou, Traore responded with cautious respect. When someone once celebrated by the G7 rises to return their symbol, he not only frees himself, but paves the way for all the oppressed across the world. "I refuse the Nobel." He returned it. Together, we've redefined the meaning of human dignity. This sequence of events marked more than personal decisions. It ignited a global conversation on the legitimacy of the Nobel Prize and the role of powerful states in shaping narratives about peace and justice.
Exactly. Who the heck do you think you are for you to be able to be the one awarding me a what? A Nobel Prize? For apparently doing what I actually kind of I don't even know how to put this, because that's, for me, that's actually ridiculous to actually award him that. It doesn't even sound like a compliment, honestly speaking. And I'm so happy that he actually denied it. He actually rejected it. I'm so proud of him. Going further on, we're gonna talk about the United States of Africa passport. Isn't that a good thing? And I'm so happy that it's offered to the diasporans, Haitian. I think the Haitian woman was actually the first person to receive it or something. But I'm just so excited because I feel like we are moving. I feel like Traore is actually, should I say, the Moses of our time in that sense? I am so, and this is the thing, I've said it before, Traore is not surviving all these, things of assassinations and so on because, Russia and, North Korea is helping. Of course, that's good in the physical kind of world. But I think in the spirit realm, I know that God is behind Traore. God is protecting him. No matter whether you say this and this, Traore is going to continue surviving and is going to continue thriving because he is the person that God is going to use to actually take the continent of Africa out of slavery. Because to be quite honest, it's just that diplomatically we are out of slavery, but when you look at how the Western African countries that are under France are operating, the debt that they pay every year, the money that they send to France, that is not freedom. That is not being out of slavery. It's almost like a modern day slavery kind of thing. So I'm so happy that like God is really, really moving in ways that we cannot understand. And I believe that's why Traore is surviving all this. But let's share the good news about the United States of Africa passport.
Ibrahim Traore announces Africa is united and there will be one passport. Steps onto the stage in Ouagadougou, holding up a deep green passport with gold embossed letters that read, United States of Africa. The crowd of journalists, citizens, and diplomats falls silent. Behind him, flags from across the African continent wave proudly. The president opens the passport to reveal something extraordinary. Inside, beneath the African Union emblem, it reads, United States of Africa, Burkina Faso, United States of Africa, Nigeria, United States of Africa, Ghana, United States of Africa, Senegal, and every African country listed as one family under one identity. But that's not all. Traore announces a new law that has taken effect immediately. All African citizens holding this passport can now travel across the entire continent visa-free. No paperwork, no interviews, no delays. And in a bold move, he declares, any country, African or non-African, that denies entry to a holder of the United States of Africa passport will be denied access to African markets, African soil, and African cooperation. We will stand united or not at all. Traore makes it clear that this movement includes the entire African diaspora. Black people from Jamaica, Haiti, Trinidad, and Tobago, and even African Americans will be eligible to apply for a Pan-African citizenship under this initiative.
Finally, the United Africa Passport, also called the United States of Africa Passport, has been unveiled by President Ibrahim Traore. No one has ever seen a passport like this. It's not just a travel document. It's a symbol of power, a badge of dignity, and a ticket to a new world order. Backed by the gold, diamonds, cobalt, and oil of Africa, the newly launched United Africa Passport, also called the United States of Africa Passport, is now the most talked about document on the planet. From Wall Street to Pyongyang, this passport has shaken diplomatic tables and forced nations to rethink global alliances. And now it's official. Every country in the world, even North Korea, has accepted the United Africa Passport for visa-free entry. Let that sink in. Even North Korea, a nation known for extreme isolation and rigid visa policies, has opened its gates for Africans carrying this document. And it happened because of one unbelievable meeting between President Ibrahim Traore and Kim Jong-un. This is not just about traveling freely. It's about restoring the dignity of Black people everywhere. It's about unity, pride, and opportunity. And above all, it's about Africa finally taking its place on the global stage, not as a begging continent, but as a superpower with borders, currency, and voice. The passport offers something no other document does: visa-free access to all African countries, automatic residency pathways across the continent, free movement for work, education, and trade, and now visa-free access to the rest of the world, including China, Russia, India, Brazil.
Anyway, guys, I am so happy. I feel like very proud of our leaders. I know our leaders has always been counted as, corrupt and so on. And I know there is some leaders that are corrupt. I feel like, okay, Paul Biya, why are you still wanting to run for what number of terms is it? Like, seriously, you are 92 years old. You have been running for the past 42 years or 45. Why would you not give a chance to young, vibrant leaders that are coming up in Cameroon? Like, that's a problem with our leaders. And Ouattara, you know very well that the Ivorians are not really happy with you. They want somebody else. Why can you allow that? I don't understand some of our leaders, to be quite honest. Having said that, I also know that looking at what's happening in Burkina Faso, the expelling of French troops and so on, and what's happening, and the news, like the mainstream media, the way they are, reporting when something bad happened in Burkina Faso versus reporting when a lot of good things are happening in Burkina Faso. We also know that it's not only our leaders being corrupt, the Western media is also making our leaders looking corrupt. So that's a problem. But honestly speaking, our leaders are actually almost being kept hostage by this Western propaganda and all those things that's going on and how they are reporting and all that. Anyway, guys, take care and God bless you. Bye.
Kelly